on air light hasn't turned red yet. Microphones wait behind the glass. Headphones rest on the mixing desk. Their cables looping across the floor, like little rivers finding their way home. The piano in the corner has one key, slightly lighter than the rest. Nobody remembers why, but every musician finds it eventually. A guitarist arrives early, sets a worn notebook beside a paper cup of coffee and quietly plays the same melody 4 times, changing only the ending. Someone in the control room says, try one more. No one minds. Sometimes the next take is the one worth keeping. Faders slide, meters dance, a countdown through the headphones rolling. A breath, a heartbeat, and silence makes room for the first note. Every song starts as a conversation, a loose idea, a humming voice, a rhythm tapped on the edge of a table. Little by little it becomes something people will carry without ever knowing where it began. The drummer spins a stick between 2 fingers while waiting for the next cue. A singer laughs after forgetting the second line, writes a new one in the notebook, and suddenly the chorus feels more honest. Outside the studio window, afternoon rain softens the city inside. Another harmony finds its place between the speakers. The recording life fades, someone rewinds, someone listens back with closed eyes. No one speaks until the final chord has completely disappeared. Only then does someone quietly say, I think that's the one. The instruments return to their stands, coffee cups collect near the piano. Lyrics stay open on the music stand, their corners curling just a little. Tomorrow another artist will walk through this door, bringing a different melody, a different story, and another song that doesn't exist just yet. Studio grows still. One guitar string continues to ring, almost too quietly to hear, until even that becomes part of the silence. The shelves are filled with bowls that don't match, cups with tiny fingerprints hidden beneath the glaze, and vases waiting patiently for their turn inside the kiln. Morning settles gently through the open windows. A lump of clay lands on the spinning wheel, round and round without becoming anything just yet. Hands grow dusty, sleeves roll higher, water slips between careful fingers, and slowly the clay begins to remember what it wants to be. Outside, a bicycle bell rings once, then disappears down the street. A little more pressure, like this, almost. The wheel keeps turning, the clay leans, straightens, leans again. No one rushes to fix it. Sometimes the shape finds itself. Every cup starts the same way, soft clay, steady hands, a little patience. No 2 rims ever look alike, that's what makes the shelf feel complete. A student carves tiny leaves around the edge of a serving bowl. An old ceramic artist glazes a teapot, the color of rain clouds, holding it up toward the window before placing it carefully on the drying rack. In the corner, someone quietly laughs as a bowl collapses back into itself. Well, that one wanted to be something else. The clay goes back onto the table, ready to begin again. The kiln door closes with a gentle thud. Warm air fills the room, brushes soak inside glass jars. A radio plays an old song too softly for anyone to sing along, but everyone knows the tune. everyday life. Part of everyday life. The wheel slows to a stop. A thin ribbon of clay rests on the workbench, still curled exactly where it fell. The display lights come on one shelf at a time. Glass cases brighten slowly, revealing rows of fountain pens, mechanical pencils, and bottles of ink lined up like tiny windows filled with different shades of blue. Someone uncaps a fountain pen with a quiet click. The nib touches a sheet of paper, testing a slow looping line. How does it feel? The answer isn't spoken, it's written. A page filled with circles, names, and little unfinished sentences that were never meant to become anything more. Near the register, a leather notebook waits open, its first page still perfectly blank. Bottles of ink catch the afternoon light, forest green, midnight blue, burnt sienna, deep burgundy. A customer holds two colors side by side, trying to imagine which one will better match their handwriting. Every pen writes differently, some glide quietly, some whisper across the page, some leave bold lines, some barely touch the paper. Yet every one of them begins with the same first word. First word. A university student chooses the least expensive pen in the cabinet. An elderly gentleman returns for another bottle of the same blue ink he's been buying for years. It reminds me of the letters my father used to write. No one asks for another explanation. The bottle is wrapped carefully in soft paper and placed gently inside a small paper bag. The shop grows quiet, only pages turning, gift boxes folding, and a clock resting somewhere behind the wall outside. People hurry through the crosswalk inside. Someone spends 10 full minutes choosing between two pens that write almost exactly the same. By closing time, one empty space appears inside the display case. A notebook finds its owner. A bottle of ink begins another chapter. Tomorrow, new hands will test, new signatures, new sketches, new ideas that haven't yet found their paper. The glass cabinet reflects the evening sky. One fountain pen rests alone on the velvet cloth, its cap still off, as though the next sentence is already waiting. The hallway is lined with faded concert posters. A red light above the studio door waits patiently, not glowing yet. Somewhere behind the glass, someone tunes a guitar, one string at a time. Yeah. A notebook lies open on the piano bench. Half the page is filled with lyrics, the other half are coffee rings and crossed out ideas. A singer hums the chorus while looking out the window too fast. The producer shrugs, let's hear it once. No one reaches for perfection, only something that feels honest. Headphones settle over tired ears, a quiet countdown, 3, 2, 1. The room forgets everything except the next note. Every melody starts somewhere small, a whisper, a heartbeat, a rhythm tapped against the tabletop before it reaches someone else's headphones. It belongs to a room like this. Ooh, the drummer spins, one stick between his fingers waiting for the cue. The bass player changes a single note and suddenly everyone smiles. No one planned it, it simply happened. Outside, rain slides down the studio windows. Inside, harmonies gather like friends, finding the same doorway at exactly the right time. The recording stops, nobody moves. The speakers play everything back exactly as it happened. A breath before the chorus, a laugh between two verses, a chair quietly creaking at the very end. Someone says, leave that in. The instruments return to their cases, the notebook closes, coffee grows cold on the mixing desk. Tomorrow another voice will stand before the microphone, bringing another story that hasn't yet found its melody. The red studio light switches off, only one guitar remains on its stand, still humming the last chord, long after the room has gone quiet. The roller door rattles open, morning air drifts inside, bringing the smell of wet pavement and fresh bread from the bakery next door. A row of bicycles leans quietly against the wall, waiting for another ride. A toolbox opens with a familiar click, wrenches hang in careful order, each leaving a lighter mark on the pegboard behind them. A commuter rolls in, holding the handlebars. The brakes have been squeaking. The mechanic gives the wheel a spin. It answers before anyone else does. Chains carry yesterday's dust. Mud still clings to the frame, telling stories of roads the workshop never sees. A drop of oil falls onto the chain. The pedals turn once, twice. The clicking disappears, replaced by the quiet rhythm of gears finding each other again. Some bicycles race toward finish line, some carry groceries home every evening. Some wait outside schools, parks, and little corner cafes. Different roads, different riders, the same steady wheels rolling through ordinary days. A courier checks the tire pressure before another busy afternoon. An old woman rings her bicycle bell just to make sure it still sounds the way it always has near the workbench. A little boy watches a punctured tube being patched so it doesn't need a new tire. The mechanic smiles, not today. The boy nods as though he's learned something far bigger than fixing bicycles. The afternoon breeze moves through the open doorway. Receipts flutter beneath a paperweight. A radio plays softly from a dusty shelf outside. Cyclists pass, one after another, their shadows stretching across the road. One bicycle leaves with brighter spokes, another arrives with muddy tires. The repair stand never stays empty for very long. Tomorrow someone else will lean another story against the workshop wall, waiting for the next ride to begin. the tools return to their hooks. One bicycle remains by the front window, its front wheel turning gently from a passing breeze until it finally comes to rest. The factory isn't loud yet, only a single machine breathes, warm in the room while stacks of blank record sleeves wait neatly on a wooden pallet outside. Delivery trucks roll past without slowing down. Yeah. Fresh vinyl rests in black circles, still warm around the edges. A technician lifts one carefully, holding it beneath the hanging lamp, watching the grooves catch the light. A cardboard box arrives, filled with album covers, the colors brighter than the room itself. Someone checks the first pressing, places the needle down, and everyone listens without saying a word. No skipping, no crackle, just music finding its shape. A quiet nod travels across the room, the next record moves forward to the packing table. Every record starts in silence, before the first song, before the first listener, before it spins beneath a needle in somebody's living room. Long before applause, there's a room like this, where music learns how to become something you can hold. A designer signs the corner of the test sleeve. A forklift carries finished boxes toward the loading dock. Someone writes today's date on a shipping label, then places it on top of a stack bound for places never been in. Near the window, a radio quietly plays the same album that just left the production line. Cardboard folds, tape stretches, barcodes scan one after another. The room smells of fresh paper, warm vinyl, and coffee that went cold hours ago. The last box slides shut with a gentle push. Tomorrow these records will be spinning in little apartments, busy cafes, late night studios, and cars waiting at traffic lights. Different people, different cities, the same songs beginning again, one turn at a time. The conveyor belt stops, one finished record rests alone on the inspection table. The grooves shimmer briefly beneath the evening light, holding 1,000 notes before the first one is ever heard. The return slot clicks before the front door opens. A small cart of books waits beside the desk, the pages carrying bookmarks, old receipts, and pressed maple leaves left behind by accident. A librarian rolls the cart between quiet shelves, matching call numbers without needing to read them twice. A cookbook finds its place between gardening and home baking. A travel guide returns to the same shelf it left only last week. Near the children's corner, a dragon puppet peeks out from behind a storybook, waiting for Saturday morning. Do you have anything about stars? A little finger points upward. The answer doesn't come from memory, it comes from walking together down 3 aisles, turning left and stopping at the highest shelf. Every borrowed book comes back with something new, a folded page, a train ticket, a coffee stain, a flower pressed between chapter 7 and chapter 8. The stories stay the same, the readers never do. You do. A universe university student fills a notebook with careful handwriting. Across the room, an elderly man reads the morning paper from the last page to the first. A little girl builds a tower from picture books, then laughs when it gently falls before reaching her knees. Outside, autumn leaves collect along the front steps. Inside, someone whispers, "I found it." No one asks what. The afternoon light moves quietly across the reading tables. A pencil rolls to the edge of an open dictionary. Someone returns a mystery novel saying, "Don't tell anyone how it ends." The librarian smiles, "Never." The shelves grow full again, one return at a time. Tomorrow, someone else will borrow the same adventure, the same recipe, the same old map, and discover something completely different inside it. The last chair slides gently beneath the table. A bookmark pressed halfway through an unfinished chapter. The library grows quiet, but the stories keep waiting with the lights turned off. The sharp smells of bamboo paper and fresh string. Colorful kites hang from the ceiling, turning gently whenever the door opens, as though they're practicing for the wind outside. Yeah. A red kite shaped like a swallow rests beside one painted like the moon. Long tails or ribbons spill over the edge of a wooden basket. Brushing the floor every time someone walks by. A father kneels beside his son. "Which one do you like?" The answer comes immediately, the biggest one. The shopkeeper laughs, that's usually the answer. A spool of string rolls across the counter, stopped in against a folded map of the park by the river. Outside, the trees hardly move, not enough wind yet. Someone says, looking up through the front window, "Some kites fly high, some barely leave the ground. Some spend the whole afternoon learning how to dance with the breeze. No two skies ever feel quite the same." A teenager chooses plain white paper instead of bright colors. "I'm gonna paint it myself." Beside the register, an old photograph shows dozens of kites floating above the beach, taken so many summers ago that the edges have begun to fade. An elderly customer points to the picture. "I was there." No one asks which one was his. The afternoon finally finds a little wind. The ribbons lift from the basket. The paper wings rustle softly, filling the room with the sound of something almost ready. One by one, the hooks grow empty. Bright colors leave the shop, tucked beneath happy arms. Tomorrow, the ceiling will fill again, waiting patiently for another breeze, another family, another patch of open sky. Long after the footsteps have disappeared. The lights stay low, even in the afternoon. A turntable waits beneath a walnut shelf. Its dust cover left open like a window, expecting company. A customer slips off a jacket, sets a canvas toad on the floor, and disappears into the alphabet. A, B, C, Fingers drift from sleeve to sleeve, never rushing, never skipping. A record finally stops the search, not because it's rare, because it feels familiar. The cover has a coffee stain in one corner. Someone loved it long before today. Would you like to hear it first? The question doesn't need much thinking. The needle lowers, a soft crackle fills the room, followed by music older than the speakers playing it. Some songs don't ask to be louder. They simply find a chair, sit beside you, and stay for a little while, like rain against the window, like old photographs inside a drawer, like places that still remember your name. A student closes both eyes during the guitar solo, counting the rhythm against a tapping shoe. An older woman smiles before the chorus arrives. She already knows every word across the room. Someone studies the artwork on the inside sleeve, reading tiny credits most people never notice. The record spins, the afternoon quietly follows. Outside, a delivery truck backs into the alley inside. Side A comes to an end, nobody stands immediately. The silence between the songs belongs here too. The record flips, the room starts listening again. When the music fades, the needle rises, but no one hurries to leave. One album returns to its shelf, another takes its place. The playlist is never written down, it grows naturally. One recommendation, one conversation, one favorite record at a time. The turntable slows to a stop. The last circle becomes still. Only the album cover leans quietly against the speaker, holding the music without making another sound. Morning slips through tall windows, painting soft rectangles across the floor. Shelves of empty glass jars wait in perfect rows, while melted wax slowly warms inside a silver pot, filling the room with the quiet scent of vanilla and cedar. Cotton wicks are measured carefully, one by one, standing perfectly straight inside waiting jars. A notebook rests beside the scale, lavender, orange peel, sea salt, and cedar wood. Tiny check marks appear next to today's batches, written with a pencil that's almost too short to hold comfortably. Near the doorway, finished candles, cool without moving, their smooth white tops catching the morning light. What does this one smell like? The maker smiles like rain on an old wooden porch. The customer closes their eyes, breathes in once, then nods. No other explanation is needed. Some candles light birthday dinners, some glow through rainy evenings, some sit quietly on a bookshelf, waiting for the right kind of silence. A little flame never fills a room, but somehow it changes one. A teacher chooses 3 small candles for holiday gifts. A musician picks one called The Midnight Forest, laughing softly. Maybe it'll help finish this song. At the wrapping table, brown paper folds neatly around glass jars. Twine circles once, then twice. A tiny handwritten tag finds its place, hanging gently from the knot. The afternoon sun warms the windows. A cooling rack fills with new colors: cream, amber, soft sage, dusty blue. Outside, the breeze moves the shop sign ever so slightly. Inside, someone trims the last By evening, a few empty spaces appear on the shelves. Another box heads toward a cozy apartment, a quiet reading corner over dinner table, waiting to gather friends tomorrow. Fresh wax, new scents, and another slow morning will begin exactly where today left off. The workshop grows still. One candle remains on the windowsill, holding the last orange light of the setting sun before the room slowly fades into evening. The on-air light hasn't turned red yet. Microphones wait behind the glass. Headphones rest on the mixing desk. The cables looping across the floor like little rivers finding their way home. Yeah. The piano in the corner has one key, slightly lighter than the rest. Nobody remembers why, but every musician finds it eventually. A guitarist arrives early, sets a worn notebook beside a paper cup of coffee, and quietly plays the same melody 4 times, changing only the ending. Someone in the control room says, try one more. No one minds. Sometimes the next take is the one worth keeping. Faders slide, meters dance, a countdown through the headphones, rolling a breath, a heartbeat, then silence makes room for the first note. Every song starts as a conversation, loose idea, a humming voice, a rhythm tapped on the edge of a table. Little by little it becomes something people will carry without ever knowing where it began. The drummer spins a stick between 2 fingers while waiting for the next cue. A singer laughs after forgetting the second line, writes a new one in the notebook, and suddenly the chorus feels more honest. Outside the studio window, afternoon rain softens the city inside. Another harmony finds its place between the speakers. The recording light fades, someone rewinds, someone listens back with closed eyes. No one speaks until the final chord has completely disappeared. Only then does someone quietly say, I think that's the one. Return to their stands, coffee cups collect near the piano. Lyrics stay open on the music stand, the corners curling just a little. Tomorrow another artist to walk through this door, bringing in a different melody, a different story, and another song that doesn't exist just yet. Still, one guitar string continues to ring, almost too quietly to hear, until even that becomes part of the silence. The shelves are filled with bowls that don't match, cups with tiny fingerprints hidden beneath the glaze, and vases waiting patiently for their turn inside the kiln. Morning settles gently through the open windows. A lump of clay lands on the spinning wheel, round and round without becoming anything just yet. Hands grow dusty, sleeves roll higher, water slips between careful fingers, and slowly the clay begins to remember what it wants to be. Outside, a bicycle bell rings once, then disappears down the street. A little more pressure, like this, almost. The wheel keeps turning, the clay leans, straightens, leans again. No one rushes to fix it. Sometimes the shape finds itself. Every cup starts the same way, soft clay, steady hands, a little patience. No two rims ever look alike. That's what makes the shelf feel complete. A student carves tiny leaves around the edge of a serving bowl. An old ceramic artist glazes a teapot the color of rain clouds, holding it up toward the window before placing it carefully on the drying rack in the corner. Someone quietly laughs as a bowl collapses back into itself. Well, that one wanted to be something else. The clay goes back onto the table, ready to begin again. The kiln door closes with a gentle thud. Warm air fills the room. Brushes soak inside glass jars. A radio plays an old song, too softly for anyone to sing along, but everyone knows the tune. By evening, the shelves hold one more mug, two new bowls, and a vase still drying near the window. Tomorrow they'll leave wrapped in brown paper, finding kitchens, bookshelves, or breakfast tables where they'll quietly become part of everyday life. The wheel slows to a stop. A thin ribbon of clay rests on the workbench, still curled exactly where it fell. The display lights come on one shelf at a time. Glass cases brighten slowly, revealing rows of fountain pens, mechanical pencils, and bottles of ink, lined up like tiny windows filled with different shades of blue. Someone uncaps a fountain pen with a quiet click. The nib touches a sheet of paper, testing a slow looping line. How does it feel? The answer isn't spoken, it's written, a page filled with circles, names, and little unfinished sentences that were never meant to become anything more. Near the register, a leather notebook waits open, its first page still perfectly blank. Bottles of ink catch the afternoon light. Forest green, midnight blue burn, seeing a deep burgundy. A customer holds two colors side by side, trying to imagine which one will better match their handwriting. Every pen writes different. Some glide quietly, some whisper across the page, some leave bold lines, some barely touch the paper. Yet every one of them begins with the same first word. A university student chooses the least expensive pen. In the cabinet, an elderly gentleman returns for another bottle of the same blue ink he's been buying for years. It reminds me of the letters my father used to write. No one asks for another explanation. The bottle is wrapped carefully in soft paper and placed gently inside a small paper bag. The shop grows quiet, only pages turning, gift boxes folding, and a clock resting somewhere behind the wall. Outside, people hurry through the crosswalk. Inside, someone spends 10 full minutes choosing between two pens that write almost exactly the same. By closing time, one empty space appears inside the display case. A notebook finds its owner. A bottle of ink begins another chapter. Tomorrow, new hands will test, new signatures, new sketches, new ideas that haven't yet found their paper. Found their paper. The glass cabinet reflects the evening sky. One fountain pen rests alone on the velvet cloth, its cap still off, as though the next sentence is already waiting. The hallway is lined with fading concert posters, a red light above the studio door waits patiently, not glowing yet. Somewhere behind the glass, someone tunes a guitar, one string at a time. A notebook lies open on the piano bench, half the pages filled with lyrics, the other half with coffee rings and crossed out ideas. A singer hums the chorus while looking out the window too fast. The producer shrugs, let's hear it once. No one reaches for perfection, only something that feels honest. Headphones settle over tired ears, a quiet countdown. 3, 2, 1. The room forgets everything except the next note. Every melody starts somewhere small, a whisper, a heartbeat, a rhythm tapped against the tabletop. Before it reaches someone else's headphones, it belongs to a room like this. A drummer spins one stick between his fingers, waiting for the cue. The bass play, it changes a single note, and suddenly everyone smiles. No one planned it. It simply happened outside. Rain slides down the studio windows. Inside, harmonies gather like friends, finding the same doorway at exactly the right time. The recording stops, nobody moves. The speakers play everything back exactly as it happened. The breath before the chorus, a laugh between two verses, a chair quietly creaking at the very end. Someone says, leave that in. The instruments return to their cases. The notebook closes, coffee grows cold on the mixing desk. Tomorrow, another voice will stand before the microphone, bringing another story that hasn't yet found its melody. Found its melody. Red studio light switches off. Only one guitar remains on its stand, still humming the last chord. Long after the room has gone quiet. The roller door rattles open. Morning air drifts inside, bringing the smell of wet pavement and fresh bread from the bakery next door. A row of bicycles leans quietly against the wall, waiting for another ride. A toolbox opens with a familiar click, wrenches hang in careful order, each leaving a lighter mark on the pegboard behind them. A commuter rolls in, holding the handlebars. The brakes have been squeaking. The mechanic gives the wheel a spin. It answers before anyone else does. Chains carry yesterday's dust. Mud still clings to the frame, telling stories of roads the workshop never sees. A drop of oil falls onto the chain. The pedals turn once, twice. The clicking disappears, replaced by the quiet rhythm of gears finding each other again. Some bicycles race toward the finish line. Some carry groceries home every evening. Some wait outside schools, parks, and little corner cafes. Different roads, different riders, the same steady wheels rolling through ordinary days. A courier checks the tire pressure before another busy afternoon. An old woman rings a bicycle bell just to make sure it still sounds the way it always has near the workbench. A little boy watches a punctured tube being patched so it doesn't need a new tire. The mechanic smiles, not today. The boy nods as though he's learned something far bigger than fixing bicycles. The afternoon breeze moves through the open doorway. Receipts flutter beneath the paperweight. A radio plays softly from a dusty shelf. Outside, cyclists pass one after another, their shadows stretching across the road. One bicycle leaves with brighter spokes, another arrives with muddy tires. The repair stand never stays empty for very long. Tomorrow someone else will lean another story against the workshop wall, waiting for the next ride to begin. The tools return to their hooks. One bicycle remains by the front window, its front wheel turning gently from a passing breeze until it finally comes to rest. The factory isn't loud yet, only a single machine breathes, warming the room while stacks of blank record sleeves wait neatly on a wooden pallet outside. Delivery trucks roll past without slowing down. Fresh vinyl rests in black circles, still warm around the edges. A technician lifts one carefully, holding it beneath a hanging lamp. Watching the grooves catch the light, a cardboard box arrives filled with album covers, their colors brighter than the room itself. Someone checks the first pressing, places the needle down, and everyone listens without saying a word. No skipping, no crackle, just music finding its shape. A quiet nod travels across the room. The next record moves forward to the packing table. Every record starts in silence before the first song, before the first listener, before it spins beneath a needle in somebody's living room. Long before applause, there's a room like this where music learns how to become something you can hold. A designer signs the corner of the test sleeve. A forklift carries finished boxes toward the loading dock. Someone writes today's date on a shipping label, then places it on top of a stack bound for places they've never been. Near the window, a radio quietly plays the same album that just left the production line. Cardboard folds, tape stretches, barcode scan one after another. The room smells of fresh paper, warm vinyl, and coffee that went cold hours ago. The last box slides shut with a gentle push. Tomorrow these records will be spinning in little apartments, busy cafes, late night studios, and cars waiting at traffic lights. Different people, different cities, the same songs beginning again, one turn at a time. The conveyor belt stops, one finished record rests alone on the inspection table. The grooves shimmer briefly beneath the evening light, holding 1,000 notes before the first one is ever heard. The return slot clicks before the front door opens. A small cart of books waits beside the desk. The pages carrying bookmarks, old receipts, and pressed maple leaves left behind by accident. A librarian rolls the cart between quiet shelves, matching call numbers without needing to read them twice. A cookbook finds its place between gardening and home baking. A travel guide returns to the same shelf it left only last week. Near the children's corner, a dragon puppet peeks out from behind a storybook, waiting for Saturday morning. Do you have anything about stars? A little finger points up where the answer doesn't come from memory. It comes from walking together down 3 aisles, turning left and stopping at the highest shelf. Every borrowed book comes back with something new. A folded page, a train ticket, a coffee stain, a flower pressed between chapter 7 and chapter 8. The stories stay the same, the readers never do. A university student fills a notebook with careful handwriting. Across the room, an elderly man reads the morning paper from the last page to the first. A little girl builds a tower from picture books, then laughs when it gently falls before reaching her knees outside. Autumn leaves collect along the front steps. Inside, someone whispers, "I found it." No one asks what. The afternoon light moves quietly across the reading tables. A pencil rolls to the edge of an open dictionary. Someone returns a mystery novel saying, "Don't tell anyone how it ends." The librarian smiles, "Never." The shelves grow full again, one return at a time. Tomorrow, someone else will borrow the same adventure, the same recipe, the same old map, and discover something completely different inside it. The last chair slides gently beneath the table. A bookmark rests halfway through an unfinished chapter. The library grows quiet, but the stories keep waiting with the lights turned off. The shop smells of bamboo, paper, and fresh string. Colorful kites hang from the ceiling, turning gently whenever the door opens, as though they're practicing for the wind outside. A red kite shaped like a swallow rests beside one painted like the moon. Long tails of ribbon spill over the edge of a wooden basket, brushing the floor every time someone walks by. A father kneels beside his son. "Which one do you like?" The answer comes immediately, the biggest one. The shopkeeper laughs, that's usually the answer. A spool of string rolls across the counter, stopping against a folded map of the park by the river. Outside, the trees hardly move, not enough wind yet. Someone says, looking up through the front window. Some kites fly high, some barely leave the ground, some spin the whole afternoon, learning how to dance with the breeze. No two skies ever feel quite the same. A teenager chooses plain white paper instead of bright colors. "I'm gonna paint it myself." Beside the register, an old photograph shows dozens of kites floating above the beach, taken so many summers ago that the edges have begun to fade. An elderly customer points to the picture. "I was there." No one asks which one was his. The afternoon finally finds a little wind. The ribbons lift from the basket. The paper wings rustle softly, filling the room with the sound of something almost ready. roses, one ribbon continues to sway long after the footsteps have disappeared. The lights stay low even in the afternoon. A turntable waits beneath the walnut shelf. Its dust cover left open like a window, expecting company. Yeah. A customer slips off a jacket, sets a canvas tote on the floor, and disappears into the alphabet A, B, C. Fingers drift from sleeve to sleeve, never rushing, never skipping. A record finally stops the search, not because it's rare, because it feels familiar. The cover has a coffee stain in one corner. Someone loved it long before today. Would you like to hear it first? The question doesn't need much thinking. The needle lowers, a soft crackle fills the room, followed by music older than the speakers playing it. Some songs don't ask to be louder, they simply find a chair, sit beside you, and stay for a little while. Like rain against a window, like old photographs inside a drawer, like places that still remember your name. Yeah. A student closes both eyes during the guitar solo, counting the rhythm against the tapping shoe. An older woman smiles before the chorus arrives. She already knows every word across the room. Someone studies the artwork on the inside sleeve, reading tiny credits most people never notice. The record spins, the afternoon quietly follows. Outside, a delivery truck backs into the alley inside. Side A comes to an end. Nobody stands immediately. The silence between the songs belongs here too. The record flips, the room starts listening again. When the music fades, the needle rises, but no one hurries to leave. One album returns to its shelf, another takes its place. The playlist is never written down, it grows naturally. One recommendation, one conversation, one favorite record at a time. Yeah. The turntable slows to a stop. The last circle becomes still. Only the album cover leans quietly against the speaker, holding the music without making another sound. Ovens have been warm since long before sunrise. Outside, the street lights are still glowing. Inside, flour hangs in the air, catching the first light through the kitchen window. A wooden peel slides beneath fresh loaves, lifting them onto cooling racks, where the crust begins to sing with tiny crackling sounds. Butter waits in silver bowls, apricot jam catches the light. Someone ties an apron, rolls up both sleeves, and writes today's date on a chalkboard by the door. The smell drifts outside before the first customer does. Morning, a paper bag opens with the familiar rustle. Warm bread changes hands, still too hot to hold for long. The customer laughs, switching it from one hand to the other. Every loaf leaves differently. One heads to a family breakfast, one travels inside a bicycle basket. One becomes sandwiches for a long train ride. Simple things find their place without ever university student orders the same cinnamon roll every Friday. No menu needed. A grandmother chooses 2 apple pies, then quietly asked for an extra paper bag. My neighbor just came home from the hospital. The baker nods, adding 1 without writing it on the receipt. Near the window, a little boy presses his nose against the glass, trying to decide between a chocolate croissant and a lemon tart. The decision takes longer than eating either one. By early afternoon, the baskets grow lighter. A broom gathers little islands of flour. From the floor, someone folds empty pastry boxes into neat stacks. Outside, clouds drift slowly over the rooftops, casting moving shadows across the sign above the shop. The last sourdough finds a paper bag. The final tray returns to the kitchen. Fresh dough is already resting beneath the linen cloth, waiting quietly for tomorrow morning. The shelves may empty, but the recipes never really leave. They begin again. 1 handful of flour, 1 warm oven, 1 ordinary day at a time, at a time, at a time. The chalkboard stays outside. A faint smell of butter lingers in the doorway. Behind the window, 1 cooling loaf rests alone. To the evening settle over the street.